Normally, when you say two people are inseparable, it's a cute way of saying they're codependent. That's not always a good thing, but it's definitely better than being physically stuck to somebody else. Here to tell us about their new horror film together, writer and director Michael Shanks and stars and producers Dave Franco and Alison Brie. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hi.
Thank you. Oh.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today. Alison, Dave, I want to start with you guys because in earlier interviews, you both joked that this movie was either going to result in divorce or you being more codependent than ever.
Sure.
Now that we're on the other side and it's about to go wide,
It's the ladder. It's the ladder.
You survived.
But it was certainly a reckoning. I do feel like it was interesting. The project finished, and I immediately had to go do press for another project, and we spent like 3 days apart even, and I thought, I don't like this.
Yeah.
I don't like this. The attachment
We did
was
an
more than
interview
ever.
earlier where Michael Shanks was in between us, and
even then,
that was weird. It was a little too far away from you.
How dare you separate? So, Michael, how did you approach blending the balance between a long-term relationship and the horror genre?
Well, this all kind of comes from my my own relationship. I've been with my partner for now approaching 17 years, and I started to kind of write this stuff when I was probably approaching to the 10-year mark of that relationship, and we were moving in together, and I realized, oh my God, we are living the same life. We just like have all the same friends, we eat the same food, we breathe the same air. I don't know where I sort of end and she begins. And from that kind of jumping off point, I realized, oh, I'd like to explore those themes, but that's a body horror. I just saw it immediately, and then thought that'll satisfy the intellectual part of my brain by like writing something about these themes that I'm interested in. But what could satisfy me as like a horror freak and as like somebody who's obsessed with like the technical side of filmmaking, I just knew that there were going to be like 10 crazy horror set pieces with practical effects, with visual effects, with contortionists, with stunts, and I was just like, this is going to be such like a playpen for like fun horror stuff.
So, and this is your feature debut, and body horror is a huge genre to tackle. What are you taking from this one onto the next one?
I'm not sure. I kind of tried to leave all the body horror that I could, like on display for this film, thinking like this is a premise that you can only do once. So like let's kind of leave it all there, and who knows what the next project's going to be. But yes, this is my first feature film, but I've been working as a filmmaker for 17 years now, making little like sketches and that kind of thing. I used to even make video game parodies, some of which were featured on IGN. So it's very cool to be here. Thank you.
So, Alison and Dave, body horror is an uncomfortable genre. It is uncomfortable physically, it is uncomfortable visually. So for you two as performers, what was the most uncomfortable moment filming this?
Every moment.
I was going to say, when were we not uncomfortable on this film? First thing that comes to mind for me, there's a scene where I'm in a shower, fully naked. My character's unconscious, and I am flinging myself against porcelain walls. It hurt.
I think about the day that we were attached arm to arm for 10 hours. Dave was then strapped to a chair, duct taped. I was straddling him, sitting on his lap, and we could hardly move from those positions. We didn't want to damage the practical effects, the prosthetic. We did go to the bathroom together, staring lovingly into each other's eyes.
We've seen each other go to the bathroom before, but we've never been touching.
Holding
looking into each other's eyes. But that's why every single day we walked away and said we could not have made this with anyone else.
Very true. Like you couldn't ask other actors to do that. Like, hey, so for this scene, you're gonna have to go to the bathroom and pee in front of each other.
Right.
That's gonna be cool, right?
Yeah, you're chill with that, right?
Yeah, like we had a day as well where you were both basically fully nude in front of the camera all day, and it's like that's a vulnerability that's just like. That's taken care of. Like the actors don't need to kind of worry about that.
Yeah.
That was nice.
I promise I'm not nude in every scene in this film.
And I promise
Just
that
the two that we've brought up so far.
I mean, I say live your life, whatever makes you comfortable. But Michael, kind of same question for you. Like behind the camera, what was the most like, yes moment?
Well, see, like the grotesqueries, all the horror, like that was the stuff that I was so excited about filming. And I remember there's one scene, and I won't get too spoilery, but it involves Dave, and it involves hair, and it involves choking. And when we were shooting that scene, I just couldn't stop giggling. I was just like giddy, like a little schoolgirl, just watching this. Like I couldn't believe like people were letting me do this. It's just so like crazy and outrageous. And you had a fun time shooting that scene.
Yeah, fun's an interesting word for it. No, Shanks came up to me after a certain take and he said, "Hey, on the next one, maybe don't do the dry heaving." And I said, "I'm not trying to." But again, it was like as much as we were getting injured, we were just so excited about the footage we were getting, and it really felt like we were just getting away with something every day. And so that excitement just kind of superseded any pain that we were feeling.
It did feel like every day of our shoot, we only had about 21 days to shoot this film, and it's like far more ambitious than that time, you know, that we should have had more, but we just didn't have a budget. It's an independent film. And so every single day we might have like a meat and potatoes scene where it's people talking around a dinner table, and then by lunchtime it was like, wheel out the prosthetics, wheel out the puppets, like do some crazy effect sequence. And that just kept everyone on our toes. But I think kept like the sort of excitement level up, because every day we were doing something like, what the are we doing? Excuse me?
We'll believe it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's definitely true. I think that for Dave and I, because we were doing we were just exerting ourselves so much by the end of every day, it was really satisfying. Because, you know, sometimes as an actor, you're shooting something and you get home at night like, do you think we got the shot? Do you think we got the scene? It was so definitive in this, because also so much of what we're doing is tactile, and you would know, oh, that looked cool or it didn't. Like, it was so immediate, and we could go home every night knowing we left it all out on the field.
We did it. Yeah. So this next question is kind of difficult because we don't want to spoil the movie since nobody's seen it yet. But I want to talk to all of you about the showing but not telling aspect of the culty situation.
Yeah, well,
The lore.
The lore,
yeah,
yes.
This is a film that has a supernatural element to it, and there is mythology there. But I was like quite keen as a writer to not kind of like halt the film. It's the third act. Let me explain to you how this mythology works. And so we have a sequence that explains that, I think, enough, kind of like hinting at it and showing enough stuff around the edges that I believe that you can kind of fill those gaps in yourself as a viewer in a way that I find really satisfying.
So you both are comedy folks. You have strong backgrounds in that area. But what a lot of people don't think about is when you're filming a horror movie, particularly a horror movie that involves so much closeness, it's impossible not to just get fit of the giggles sometimes. So despite the fact that we're here to talk about body horror, I would love to know what the funniest moment was behind the scenes when you were just like, we can't get past this, give us a second, we have to...
What was a funny moment? I'm like, we didn't have enough time to have like full giggle fits, I feel like, and waste time on set.
The first thing that comes to mind is you can't really give Alison coffee after noon. She turns into a gremlin.
I don't usually drink coffee when I'm shooting, as a rule.
And so she just kind of goes soaring and loses her mind a bit, but she could actually infuse that into the character in this one.
There was a day that we were shooting a big set piece, and and our hair and makeup gals know how affected I get by coffee, so they were sort of like plying me with it. And it was great because it did give me energy for the scene. And off camera, I was like, just doing bits with the crew. We were just doing bits in the back bedroom, and then I was sort of like, slide onto set, action, and next thing we were rolling around.
There's a fun Australian energy drink that you became fond of.
Musashi!
Shout out.
Where's my campaign? Musashi!
I actually don't know how you'll feel about me saying this, but there was one. The hardest I saw Dave laugh was there was a scene where you two were very, very close together in a bathroom stall in a very intimate moment, and during a take, Dave accidentally burped, and Alison said,
my face.
That went in my mouth. And you died. It was so funny.
Remember how we said we couldn't do this movie with anybody else?
I feel like I could have burped into someone else's mouth. Give me some credit here.
I might forgive you.
I would not have appreciated someone else burping in my mouth.
Yeah, I feel like that would be upsetting. I do have a million other questions about managing to do a film without coffee in other circumstances, but we're going to go past those. Have the two of you caught the horror bug? Are we going to see you in other subgenres?
Oh, the bug has been caught.
Definitely. The bug had been
We
caught.
love it. We love it.
Yeah.
We just love that it's a genre, maybe the only genre that audiences like expect you to get weird. They want it, they embrace it. And so as like a filmmaker, you can just take really wild stylistic choices, and it's just like a really fun kind of playground to just do whatever.
It's true. And as an actor, you get to do things that are unlike anything else you've ever done. And the stakes are so high, that is incredibly fun to play. I just feel like most of our favorite movies recently are genre films for all the reasons that Dave's saying. We just like that innovation, like to see things that are new and different, whether they work or not. I don't mind walking out of something and being like, I didn't love it, but I respect
Because they went for something.
the swings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was what was really fun about making horror as a filmmaker. Of really, this is a film like 100% designed for an audience, and like it's like a kind of a rowdy movie. It sort of like gets a loud, big reaction every screening that we've gone to, and it's the genre where people kind of go in looking to have a good time, even though they're going to have a scary time. Like every 5 minutes, we're going to show you something like absolutely nuts, and that's so fun to construct as a filmmaker.
Yeah. So we're running out of time here, but I do want to ask just one more quick question. You guys had an unbelievable reception at Sundance. You were just absolutely beloved. How are you feeling now that the rest of the world is going to see it too?
I'm nerve-wracking. I mean, we had this amazing Sundance debut, and now we're still on 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, the response so far has been insane. So I'm like so excited for people to see the movie, but also terrified.
I haven't even really fully embraced it yet. It just feels like we've been on this press tour where we're so excited to talk about the movie because we love it so much, but like, I guess everyone else can see it very soon.
I'm so excited. It was such a burst of energy coming out of Sundance. Neon has been an incredible partner at maintaining the excitement levels for fans, and I feel like people are responding in such an insanely positive way to this movie. And to your point, I feel the opposite. It's like, we've been talking about this movie since January. I'm so happy that people finally get to see what we've been talking about.
Finally, millions of people will watch you in the shower.
There we go.
Seeing you naked. It's all you've ever wanted.
And on that note, that's all the time that we have today. Thank you guys so much for joining us. You can go see Together when it hits theaters July 30th, but right now, there's more Comic-Con coming up on IGN, so stick around.